What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to Points Podcast. It's your boy Big Play Zay and my crew.
Yay, what up?
Dominican Don, baby.
And y'all already know what type of episode this is. We're going straight for the jugular, man. We're gonna identify this important word that is misused so many different ways, but we're gonna put it on the table today and figure it out today. The word is toxic.
Ooh,
So
toxic.
Yeah,
So
toxic.
overused.
Man. So, what does toxic mean to you?
Look, that's some new millennial stuff. I don't even know. That is so subjective. Like,
Yeah, it is.
what does it even mean? I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys, bro. Like, I don't know.
I think it's a cop out.
You think it's a cop out?
When you can't say, when you can't really have a argument with someone, you just say, "Oh, you toxic," and they're supposed to kill everything you just said.
Right.
You know, you can't, and that, you know, like our previous episode, logic and emotion. You can't be emotional because some people could throw that, "Oh, you being
you
toxic
toxic,
on you."
yeah, you
No, I'm
toxic.
just excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm expressing myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think it's like you said, it's hard to say because it's so subjective. Because what's toxic to me might not be toxic to you, boy. Like,
exactly.
it's like personally, like whatever you feel. I mean, I still ain't give y'all a definition. I ain't trying to cop out.
Right.
Big play, you got an answer for me?
Man, I don't think I got for the toxic, man. On toxic, I know a toxic Avenger. That's a new millennial thing, man, for real. It's a toxic Avenger, man. Cause you know they just throw it out there,
Right.
Just as an easy cop out. But we'll get more into it.
Yeah, well, let's check this out. All right, let's break it down a little bit then. Like, we thinking about toxic? What are some signs of a toxic relationship then? Maybe let's just try to do it that way.
Anything physical.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Any
without a doubt.
abuse?
Yeah, we don't condone none of that.
Yeah,
too.
we don't
taking
condone
all the
any.
points.
Yeah, well, give us all
You
the
can't
points.
express yourself
Right.
without
Yeah.
physical.
Yeah.
Being physical
Come
with
on,
somebody.
physical.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I'm saying?
any
That's
kind of
toxic.
abuse, any
Yeah.
kind of
Any
abuse.
type of-
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
you got-
Mental, verbal, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You're right.
man.
Financial, that's
Yeah.
toxic too. So
Right. I think toxic is more so heavy on definitely again, I guess going back to the mentality of it, man. You know, somebody that drains somebody with their actions, you know.
Yeah.
And what you got?
Well, let me say this. Like you said, the signs of being toxic. What are some ways you can have a healthy conflict and it won't be considered toxic? How do you engage in an argument or debate with somebody?
well, like I
word
said, I just always come from a place of love. So I
Yeah.
feel like when I'm approaching any situation with love,
start with kindness.
right? And like, as you spoke of, not emotional on our previous episode
Yeah.
with logic.
Facts.
So I'm not coming in emotional.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of toxicity comes with a lot of emotion. Not all. I'm not saying all.
Yeah.
But some.
Yeah.
So just having a clear head
Okay.
and not trying to pretty much do anything to harm that person's, whether it's hurting their feelings or anything like that. I feel like that's that toxic kind of trait.
Okay.
Sometimes I think, you should just take a break, man. Walk away from it. Don't absorb that energy, man. You know, if you know it's a toxic situation, man, you should just, separate yourself, man, because sometimes they're trying to give you an energy that you don't want, and that's what's toxic to your spirit, So.
You something that you carry on with you even when they're not around. That's true.
Yeah.
Got to block that.
Right. That energy real. You don't want that energy. I don't want no toxic, negative energy around me, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. For
Yeah.
real, like.
And that's in anything. Like, it ain't got nothing to do
Anything.
with just relationship.
Yeah, anything.
Telling you
yeah,
can't be what
anything.
you becoming. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
That's
Going
toxic.
on to the relationship. So let me ask y'all this: can you be with somebody or have a relationship with somebody that can somebody be toxic to you that you're not technically with?
Like not in a relationship.
Not in a relationship.
Oh yeah, all day. It's called a sneaky link.
Sneaky link.
That's a new term, like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I don't know if I would be with a toxic relationship with a sneaky link. It's just gonna kind of be it. It is what it is. But I do think, a lot of times people don't move on from a past relationship and it holds on to them. So that's probably toxic. They can't move forward with their current relationship because they holding on to something from a past relationship. So
Right. And then too, like this new generation, like they think that toxic shit is cool.
Yeah,
like,
they think it's
They
cool,
think
yeah.
like everybody want to
Yeah.
be toxic. Men and women want to be
Like
toxic.
I know I'm toxic.
Right, I know
like,
I'm
you
toxic.
say that
Yeah,
out loud,
it's not cool. It's not
Yeah,
cool. We
yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
it's not cool.
But then
Yeah.
you had that one influencer who was talking about she wanted a gun put to her head. Like that shit toxic. Like
Yeah.
that's not okay. Like
not at all.
not at all.
Not at all. And if somebody says they want something like that, they toxic themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
I agree.
let me see. Why is it hard for people to identify when they're in a toxic relationship?
I mean, because you in so deep already, you might love that person, even though they got everybody. Nobody's perfect. First of all,
No,
let's
of course
say that.
not. Yeah.
So somebody's ways might be a little too toxic, but you might then didn't find it out until it was too late. So you might care for that person. So you might don't want to just let it go.
Do you
So you
think
deal
that-
with some stuff, you know.
People try to change, think they can change
Yeah,
someone.
people always think they can change somebody, you know. People ain't gonna change if they want to change for themselves though. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think toxic again. Going back to a cop out word, man. I just think it's a confusing way to say that like you're accepting my bad energy. You know,
right.
and people can get caught up. You know, and I can see where the definition of toxic. You know, just toxic to your spirit or something like that. But you're gonna continue to absorb that. You know, if you're used to that. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well let me set the stage, y'all. So you done moved on from you got an ex where you done moved on, you in a new relationship. So what are some signs that ex is being toxic to you in your current relationship?
Come on now, y'all remember the old school one? Well, I don't know if they still using it, but that hey big head.
Hey big head. Oh, get
Out
a
of
lot of
nowhere.
them. Get a lot of them.
Out of nowhere,
man.
huh?
Get a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
What
if
is
they
that?
still
What
doing
was that?
Or they text you like something like to find an excuse that be like, yo, you seen my shoe?
You seen my napkin?
You know what I'm saying? You still
Seen
got my
my napkin?
Netflix account.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You use my Netflix account for you
Right,
to
right.
respond back. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I don't know.
Well, I agree, man. That exes are toxic, man. No way around it, man. It just especially if it's been physical, man. I just think it's been too much love ties in place. It's just gonna be a connection. A lot of people try to separate their pride and be like, "Hey, I got this under control." It ain't like that.
Right.
But you are holding on to something, and it's up to that person to accept that person in your lifestyle.
But what's crazy about it, when we started this segment, I talked about it being subjective.
Right.
And I think it's subjective because that person, you might feel like being toxic, but on the other hand, they might be trying to fight for your love.
Facts.
I mean, who's to say?
Yeah.
Even though you moved on.
Yeah.
But sometimes people looking at review and they double back also now.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's an awkward goal, man. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody might
Right,
look at
right.
that like that's your goal. You want to fight for us, but you can't fight for yourself.
Right.
'Cause, that was kind of
facts.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell y'all have y'all ever heard this term gaslighting?
I was yeah.
Oh man.
Boy, I was on my mind.
What y'all got?
It's so used so much. I don't understand it though. So
Oh,
that,
yeah. Gaslighting.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well,
bro.
I mean,
I'll let
pretty
you go.
much gaslighting is where somebody is controlling with their toxicity.
Toxicity.
Yeah, with their toxicity. And
Roll it.
they're always carrying their pride high, making the other person feel like they're less than and like they're always right. And they leave you hanging with that cliffhanger thing. You done something wrong.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
spin it.
They spin it.
Yeah,
They're
like a
very
media
good at
spin,
spinning
yeah.
or always narrating like, even apologizing with regret. You understand?
I'm sorry you made me do that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, I did that because
Yeah.
X,
yeah.
Y, and Z.
Yeah, and then you put yourself in a place. That's gaslighting,
Fact. Okay. If you put it like that, then yeah. So I guess they run together. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They gaslighting you, they definitely toxic as well.
Right. It's just a controlling toxin that a lot of people get caught up in the spin of that.
It's just no accountability. They're gonna make the blame if they done did something wrong to you. They're gonna
A narcissist.
spin it.
Right.
They're narcissist. They're gonna
Yeah.
spin it.
Yeah.
So you're the problem. You're the fault. Everything's because of you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
True. Well, I guess how do we end this episode with something positive about toxic? Like, how do we figure out how we can use this thing that's so negative and spin it into something positive? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm at least.
Well, I mean,
Ain't no way to do it.
confused
Huh?
over here, I
Ain't
ain't
no way
gonna
to do
lie.
it. Okay.
well, like the gaslighting subject you had, man. I think it's important that since we're talking about the toxicity and stuff, man, how we need to give some points, man, on some people that can how to get out and identify you in that type of situation.
Right.
and stuff, man.
Yeah, punks.
So let me ask y'all this, like, what do y'all think is some ways that we can help somebody that's like in a situation that's being gaslit?
That's what I think I was thinking. Yeah.
That's all.
well, I mean, it's on personal ownership of that. I think.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we all been in situations, friendships, relationships where we were probably treated, wasn't treated the best. But until you, at a moment in your mind when you were like, well, this is enough.
Yeah.
I'm ready to move on.
Exactly.
I'm ready to let this go. Like, you know what I mean?
You can't
It's-
tell somebody
you
they're in a
can't tell
toxic
somebody.
relationship unless it's probably like, you see them being physically
Right.
abused.
And who's to say it's toxic? That's
Right.
us looking at it from the outside. It's subjective once again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you
so
go-
do you feel comfortable like helping a friend or like, hey, I see you in a toxic relationship?
Nah, I mind my business until they come and ask me.
Okay.
Because you don't want that flipped on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If that stuff, if you tell them things that you feel are positive to help them in that situation, they go apply it and it don't come out as well, as they would like. Then they be like, well, it's your fault. You want to told me, like, nah, I'm learning my lesson.
I wouldn't do that. Like, I would just be there for my friend. Like, sometimes your friends just want to vent. Like, even the boys, we vent.
That's why I said, if you bring it to me,
we vent.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I
I ain't gonna be like, why the hell you still with that nigga?
I ain't doing all that.
Why you with him? Why you with her? Like,
I ain't doing that.
I think that's what true friends are about, man. They want to be there in place, man. That's how you really do. You know, because a lot of times, I think that people who do say something really didn't want you to be happy in the first place. It's a possibility of that, man.
Praying on my downfall.
Right, praying on my downfall. Well, let me go. I've been waiting to tell you this, not to help you and stuff. So,
anybody encouraging you to do crazy stuff out there, you better watch anyway. If I were you, I would, but you ain't me, so you know what I'm saying.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one.
Yeah, man. So, hey. We're going to wrap it up, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in like always, man. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and share. Share these points, man. This Point Podcast, this Big Zay signing out.
Your boy Ye.
Dominican Dunn, baby.
Hey, get those points. Hey.
Stop being toxic.